Have you ever wondered why some guys seem to effortlessly captivate women while others struggle to even spark a conversation? I'm talking about that magnetic quality that makes women lean in closer, laugh genuinely, and feel genuinely drawn to someone. It's not about looks, money, or any of those surface-level things you might think. The truth is, turning a woman on goes far deeper than physical attraction. It's about understanding the psychology of desire, the art of connection, and the subtle ways you can create genuine attraction that goes beyond just the physical. Here's what most guys get completely wrong. They think attraction is this mysterious, unpredictable force that either happens or it doesn't. They believe it's all about saying the right pickup line or having the perfect body. But after years of studying human psychology and talking to countless women about what actually creates that spark, I can tell you with absolute certainty that attraction is a skill you can learn and master. In this video, I'm going to break down the 10 most powerful ways to genuinely turn a woman on. These aren't cheap tricks or manipulation tactics. These are authentic approaches that tap into fundamental human psychology and create real, lasting attraction. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to become the kind of man that women find irresistibly attractive. But before we dive into these techniques, let me share something that might surprise you. Last year, I conducted an informal survey with over 200 women, asking them what actually turns them on most about men. The answers weren't what you'd expect from popular culture or dating advice. The top responses had nothing to do with physical appearance or material possessions. Instead, they centered around emotional intelligence, confidence, mystery, and the ability to create genuine connection. This tells us something crucial about female psychology that most men completely miss. Women are attracted to experiences, emotions, and the way you make them feel about themselves. When you understand this fundamental truth, everything changes. You stop trying to impress and start focusing on creating genuine moments of connection and attraction. Now, I want you to think about the last time you felt truly attracted to someone. Not just physically, but that deep, magnetic pull that made you want to spend more time with them. What was it about that person that drew you in? Chances are, it wasn't just their appearance. It was how they carried themselves, how they made you feel, the energy they brought into the room. This is exactly what we're going to help you create for the women in your life. These 10 techniques aren't just about romantic situations either. They're about becoming a more attractive person overall, someone who naturally draws people in through genuine charisma and emotional intelligence. Let's start with the first technique, and this one might completely change how you approach every interaction with women. Number 1. Master the art of genuine curiosity. Most guys approach conversations with women like they're conducting an interview or trying to sell themselves. They ask boring questions like, "What do you do for work?" or "Where are you from?" and wonder why the conversation dies. But here's what actually creates attraction: becoming genuinely fascinated by who she is as a person. I'm not talking about fake interest or asking random personal questions. I'm talking about developing a genuine curiosity about her thoughts, her passions, her unique perspective on the world. When you're truly curious about someone, something magical happens. Your body language changes, your questions become more engaging, and she starts to feel seen and understood in a way that most people never experience. Think about it this way. When was the last time someone asked you a question that made you stop and really think? A question that showed they were paying attention not just to your words, but to who you are as a person. It feels incredible, doesn't it? That's the feeling you want to create for her. But here's the key. Your curiosity has to be authentic. Women can instantly sense when someone is asking questions just to keep a conversation going versus when someone is genuinely interested in their answers. The difference is night and day. Number 2, develop unshakable inner confidence. This isn't about arrogance or trying to prove how amazing you are. Real confidence is quiet, steady, and magnetic. It's the ability to be completely comfortable with yourself, regardless of the situation or who you're with. When you have this kind of inner confidence, women notice immediately. Confident men don't need constant validation. They don't change their personality based on who they're talking to. They don't apologize for taking up space or having opinions. This kind of authentic self-assurance is incredibly attractive because it signals emotional maturity and inner strength. But here's what trips up most guys. They think confidence means never showing vulnerability or always having the perfect response. That's not confidence. That's insecurity disguised as bravado. Real confidence allows you to be human, to admit when you don't know something, to show genuine emotion when appropriate. The most attractive kind of confidence comes from knowing your own worth without needing to prove it to anyone else. It's the quiet assurance that you're enough, exactly as you are, while still being open to growth and connection with others. Number 3, create emotional depth through storytelling. Women are naturally drawn to men who can share experiences in compelling ways. This doesn't mean you need to be a professional storyteller or have lived the most interesting life. It means you need to understand how to share your experiences in ways that create emotional connection. Most guys share stories like they're reading from a police report. Just the facts, no emotion, no context for why it mattered to them. But when you learn to weave emotion, vulnerability, and meaning into your stories, something powerful happens. She starts to see beyond your surface and connect with who you really are. The best stories aren't necessarily about the most exciting events. They're about moments of growth, challenge, humor, or realization. They show your personality, your values, and your ability to reflect on your experiences. When you can paint pictures with your words and help her feel what you felt, you create a bond that goes far deeper than small talk. Number 4, master the power of presence. In our distracted world, the ability to be fully present with someone is like a superpower. When you can give a woman your complete attention, really listen to what she's saying, and respond thoughtfully, you stand out from 99% of the men she encounters. Presence means putting away your phone, making genuine eye contact, and engaging with what she's actually saying rather than just waiting for your turn to talk. It means noticing the subtle changes in her tone, her body language, her energy. It means being emotionally available in the moment rather than thinking about what you're going to say next. This kind of presence is incredibly rare and incredibly attractive. Most people spend conversations thinking about themselves, their own responses, their own agenda. When you can shift your focus entirely to understanding and connecting with her, she feels valued and seen in a way that creates instant attraction. The beautiful thing about mastering presence is that it makes every interaction more meaningful, not just romantic ones. You become someone people want to be around because you make them feel heard and valued. We've covered 4 powerful techniques so far, but we're just getting started. Each of these builds on the others to create a foundation of genuine attractiveness that goes far beyond surface-level tactics. In the next part of this video, we'll explore 6 more ways to create authentic attraction, including some techniques that might completely surprise you. Number 5, Embrace strategic mystery. Here's something that will completely transform how women see you. Become someone who reveals himself gradually, rather than laying everything out in the first conversation. Most guys make the mistake of sharing their entire life story, all their accomplishments, and every detail about themselves within the first hour of meeting someone. They think this builds connection, but it actually kills attraction. Women are naturally drawn to depth and complexity. When you maintain an air of mystery, you create intrigue that keeps her thinking about you long after your conversation ends. This doesn't mean being secretive or playing games. It means understanding that attraction thrives on discovery and anticipation. Think about your favorite movie or book. Did it reveal everything in the first 5 minutes? Or did it slowly unravel layers that kept you engaged throughout? The same principle applies to human attraction. When you share just enough to create connection while leaving room for curiosity, you become infinitely more interesting. The key is balance. You want to be open and authentic while still maintaining some mystery about your experiences, your thoughts, your past. Let her discover new things about you over time. This creates a sense of adventure and keeps the attraction building, rather than peaking immediately and then fading. Number 6, develop your emotional intelligence. This is where most men completely miss the mark. They think attraction is about being the loudest, funniest, or most impressive person in the room. But women are far more attracted to men who can read emotions, respond appropriately to social situations, and navigate complex interpersonal dynamics with skill and grace. Emotional intelligence means understanding not just your own emotions, but being able to pick up on hers as well. It means knowing when to be playful and when to be serious, when to give space and when to lean in, when to challenge and when to support. This kind of emotional awareness is incredibly rare and incredibly attractive. Most guys operate on autopilot in social situations. They have one mode of interaction and they stick to it, regardless of what's actually happening in the moment. But when you can read the room, adjust your energy to match or complement hers, and respond to the subtle emotional cues she's giving you, you demonstrate a level of sophistication that sets you apart from everyone else. This skill takes practice, but it's absolutely learnable. Start paying attention to the emotional undertones in your conversations. Notice how her energy shifts based on different topics or situations. Practice adjusting your own energy and communication style based on what you observe. The more you develop this skill, the more naturally attractive you become. Number 7, cultivate genuine passion. Nothing is more attractive than a man who is genuinely passionate about something in his life. This could be his career, a hobby, a cause he believes in, or a skill he's developing. When you have something you're truly excited about, it shows in everything you do. Your eyes light up when you talk about it. Your energy becomes contagious, and you become infinitely more interesting. But here's the crucial part. Your passion has to be authentic. You can't fake enthusiasm, and you can't choose a passion just because you think it will impress women. Real passion comes from genuine interest and investment in something that matters to you. When you find that thing and pursue it wholeheartedly, you naturally become more attractive because you become more fully yourself. Passionate people are magnetic because they remind us what it feels like to be fully alive and engaged with life. They inspire others to find their own passions and live more fully. This kind of energy is incredibly attractive because it suggests depth, purpose, and the ability to experience life richly. The beautiful thing about cultivating genuine passion is that it makes you more attractive to everyone, not just potential romantic partners. People are drawn to those who live with purpose and enthusiasm. Number 8, master the art of playful tension. This is perhaps the most misunderstood aspect of attraction, and it's where many guys either go too far or not far enough. Playful tension is about creating a dynamic where there's excitement, challenge, and just enough uncertainty to keep things interesting. It's the difference between a conversation that feels safe and predictable and one that feels electric and engaging. Playful tension isn't about being mean or creating drama. It's about gentle teasing, playful disagreement, and the kind of back and forth banter that creates sparks. It's about not being too eager to agree with everything she says, or too quick to give her exactly what she expects. This creates a dynamic that keeps her engaged and invested in the interaction. Most guys are either too serious and fail to create any tension at all, or they try to create tension through negativity or conflict, which kills attraction instantly. The sweet spot is playful challenge that shows you're confident enough to disagree with her, while still being respectful and fun. This might look like gently challenging her opinions in a way that makes her think, playfully teasing her about something harmless, or creating situations where she has to work slightly to earn your attention or approval. Done correctly, this creates the kind of exciting dynamic that makes conversations memorable and keeps her thinking about you later. Number 9, demonstrate unwavering authenticity. In a world full of people trying to be what they think others want them to be, authenticity is revolutionary. When you can be genuinely yourself, regardless of whether you think it will impress her or not, you become incredibly attractive because you demonstrate the confidence to be real in a world of pretense. Authenticity means owning your quirks, your interests, your sense of humor, and your perspective on life. It means not changing your personality based on who you're with or what you think they want to hear. It means being honest about your thoughts, your feelings, and your experiences without trying to package them in a way that makes you look perfect. Women can instantly tell when someone is being authentic versus when they're performing. The energy is completely different. Authentic people feel safe and trustworthy because they're not hiding anything or trying to manipulate outcomes through false presentation. This creates a foundation for real connection that goes far beyond surface attraction. The irony is that most guys think they need to be perfect to be attractive, but imperfection that's owned and authentic is far more attractive than perfection that feels manufactured. When you can be real about your flaws, your struggles, and your humanity, while still maintaining confidence and positivity, you become irresistible. We're almost at the end of our journey through these 10 powerful techniques, but the final method might be the most important one of all. It ties everything together and creates the foundation that makes all the other techniques work naturally and effortlessly. Number 10, create genuine emotional safety. This final technique is what separates men who occasionally attract women from men who consistently create deep, lasting attraction. It's about becoming someone a woman feels completely safe being herself around. When you can create an environment where she doesn't have to perform, pretend, or guard herself, you tap into something far more powerful than any pickup line or dating strategy. Most men focus on trying to impress women, but the most attractive quality you can develop is making women feel accepted exactly as they are. This means creating space for her to express her real thoughts, her genuine emotions, her authentic personality without fear of judgment or rejection. When she feels this kind of safety with you, something profound happens. Her guard comes down, and she begins to associate you with feelings of comfort, acceptance, and genuine connection. Creating emotional safety isn't about agreeing with everything she says or avoiding all conflict. It's about responding to her vulnerability with respect and understanding. It's about being someone she can trust with her real thoughts and feelings. When you master this, you become incredibly rare in her experience because most people, especially men she's dating, create an environment where she feels like she has to be perfect or perform a certain way. Think about the people in your own life who make you feel most comfortable being yourself. These are probably the people you're most drawn to, the ones you want to spend the most time with. That's exactly the feeling you want to create for her. When you can be that source of genuine acceptance and emotional safety, attraction becomes natural and effortless. This kind of emotional safety is built through consistency, authenticity, and genuine care for her well-being. It's demonstrated when you listen without trying to fix her problems, when you respond to her emotions with understanding rather than judgment, when you create space for her to be human without making her feel like she needs to apologize for it. But here's what's truly powerful about mastering emotional safety. It doesn't just make you more attractive to women. It makes you a better friend, a better partner, and a better human being overall. When you can create this kind of environment for people, you become someone others naturally gravitate toward because you offer something incredibly rare in today's world. The beautiful thing about all 10 of these techniques is that they work together to create a complete transformation in how women experience you. You're not just using isolated tactics or trying to manipulate specific responses. You're developing into the kind of man who naturally creates attraction through genuine personal development and emotional intelligence. When you combine genuine curiosity with unshakable confidence, when you blend emotional depth with strategic mystery, when you master presence while maintaining authenticity, you become magnetic in a way that feels natural and effortless. Women don't feel like you're trying to attract them. They simply find themselves drawn to who you are as a person. These 10 techniques aren't just dating strategies. They're a blueprint for becoming genuinely attractive as a human being. When you master curiosity, confidence, storytelling, presence, mystery, emotional intelligence, passion, playful tension, authenticity, and emotional safety, you transform into someone women naturally want to be around. Start implementing these today, practice them consistently, and watch how dramatically your interactions change. Remember, attraction isn't about tricks or manipulation. It's about becoming the best version of yourself.
This video is for educational and informational purposes only. The content shared is based on personal experiences, psychological studies, and general relationship advice. It is not intended to replace professional medical, psychological, or relationship counseling. Individual experiences may vary, and it's important to communicate openly with your partner and seek professional guidance if needed. Viewer discretion is advised, as this video discusses topics related to intimacy and relationships. If you have any health concerns or medical conditions that may affect your intimate life, please consult a qualified healthcare professional before making any changes. By watching this video, you acknowledge that the creator is not responsible for any personal decisions or outcomes resulting from the information provided.